Hey friends, it's Angie from Road to Simple, and I am going to tackle a lot of craft declutter today. So if you're one of those crafty people like I am, you may have too many craft items in your home, and I have them stashed in different places throughout the house. So I'm going to work on trying to put them together in one place. I'm not sure that I'll get them all together in one place, but I'm going to start today, and if this is something that you're interested in, please join me and we'll declutter together. Stick around. We haven't met before. My name is Angie. My husband and I live in Louisiana, and it is a hot day here, so I have to apologize. The air conditioning vent is running right over me, which is probably making some noise to distract the video, but it's too hot of a day for me to turn off the AC, so please bear with me. So I am attempting to get most of my craft supplies in one place in the house. I have this desk that is crammed full of craft supplies, and you can see I've got things stacked here on top. I've got some things stacked down here on the floor. I'm trying to gather items from different areas of the house and bring them here to try to get them all in one place, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. So it's okay to take baby steps a little at a time. I may just get my stamp crafts decluttered today, and then I'll worry about other things later. And to be honest, so many of my craft supplies are things that I haven't used in years. So that's one of the things that we have a challenge with. It's something that we used to use a lot. We had a great love for that. I used to paint a lot years ago, but I probably haven't painted in 20 years, but I still have my paintbrushes. I did declutter my paint supplies a couple of years ago, but I still have all my brushes and so many things. So I've got to get my head around what do I really want to get rid of there. Is it realistic that I will ever go back to painting? Maybe not, but if so, how difficult would it be for me to just buy the supplies I need when I decide to do that? So that's probably the smarter thing to do, rather than holding on to all of these brushes and things just in case. I plan to go ahead and declutter them, and then if I should decide to pick up painting again in the future, I'll just go out and buy what I need. So one of the rules that a lot of people use is if you're not using it, get rid of it. If it's something you can replace for $20, get rid of it, because you may never need it again anyway. And to explain a little bit about why I have so many stamp supplies is I used to be a dealer for Stampin' Up, and I used to have stamp camps at my house, and I purchased every single color, pretty much everything that was available, so that I could have those things available for my customers to try out and do make projects when I had stamp camps. So I've got a ton of stamp things, but I don't need all that anymore, and someone else can use this. I have a really good idea of what I'm going to do with all of my extra supplies, and I'll share that with you in the end. I pulled all the different papers out and put on the bed, and this is just crazy how much I have hoarded away, not to be used, and not for anyone else to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a few pieces to keep for what I would use on a normal basis to make my cards, and then donate the rest. I think I've got my paper drawer narrowed down to one stack of color paper, one stack of neutral paper, neutral tones. But I know I need to declutter further at some point, but baby steps, I'm getting started anyway. It's a tight fit, but it's a starting point. I'll need to narrow down further, but for today, that gets me a little ways done. Now I need to go through all my stamps, all my stamp pads, ink pads, all the extra embellishments. I'm not going to bore you with me going through all that, but I will show you when I get finished. This drawer is packed full, so this is not going to be an easy task, but I will manage it. Okay, now it is time to tackle all the stamp sets that I have, and I've got to get rid of a lot of these, so that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, it's about 2 hours later. I have decluttered a lot. I still have a lot here. I need to make another pass at it, but I've got one drawer for my stamps, one drawer for my ink pads and pens, and then I have another drawer down at the bottom for my cutters and things like that. Here are all the craft goodies that I've got left that I am going to donate. I have a friend whose son goes to a school for autistic children, and she said they would absolutely love to have paper and stamps for activities there, so this is going to make a great donation for that school. I did not make room today to move my other craft supplies into this desk, but I will do that at some point. Taking baby steps sometimes is the best way to declutter. You're not going to necessarily get to everything all at one time, but start somewhere. So I have a lot of craft things, so I have started. This is not my first time to start, by the way. I've downsized once before, so now I'm downsizing again, and I will just continue to whittle away till I get it down to just the essentials. That's the struggle that I have, and I think a lot of people have, is getting down to what you might call essentials, or what you really think you will use. And I still have work to fine-tune that fantasy self I have of I'll get back to these things one day. So I'm learning to realize that all of these things I'm not going to get back to, and so I can downsize a little at a time, live with that, see that it's not so bad to get rid of a few more things. So that's the way I find it works well for me, and maybe it'll work well for you too. It's not necessarily that you have to go in and just get rid of everything and just keep a couple of things. Just downsize a little at a time until you feel comfortable, till you feel confident in being able to make those decisions and let things go. And then it feels good when you can let them go. I will be able to let go of more of this, I'm sure. But today, I've spent a couple hours, and I don't want to wear myself down with that. I just want to see that I've made some good progress, and then I can come back to it another time. Got a raspy voice. I'm not sure what's up with that today. I apologize. The point I wanted to make today is to take a look at the craft supplies that you've kept forever just because you've always had them. and do a reality check and just think about, is this something I'm ever going to get back to, or is that a fantasy that I have time to do all these wonderful crafts when I really don't? So rather than having those supplies sitting there making you feel bad because you don't have time to get back to that, think about what you can let go. Thanks for taking the time to spend with me today, and I hope you found this information helpful. So, as always, I would very much appreciate a thumbs up and any comments you could leave, and let me know how you handle your craft supplies, how you declutter them. Share with all of us. That's always helpful. And of course, I would love it if you would click the subscribe button below so that we can get together again and talk about things like this. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. I wish you all the best, and I especially wish you all things simple. So join me on the road to simple again. I'll see you next time.